Now at 6:30, one person dead, dozens more injured after two instances of people driving into buildings. We'll hear from witnesses in 3 minutes. Plus, all is not well on the Mississippi River.
It's 4 foot below what they consider to be low.
How agriculture experts are helping farmers adapt at 6:37.
Well, we got a cloudy start to the day, but we'll manage to shake some of those clouds off. In your full forecast, I have that weekend outlook.
Now, Wake Up Central with Karen Fuller, Hayden Balgavy, and meteorologist Scott Covert.
Good Friday morning. It is now 6:30. Thanks for being with us on Wake Up Central today. It is meteorologist Simone Thomas and myself, Hayden and Scott, are off today. So the girls are having a good morning.
We're having a girls' party this morning.
Sure.
I got the coffee in me, but now I done woke up. Oh, you know, if y'all woke up with us at 4:30, I think we were both struggling for energy.
Well, yes, that's not even, is that morning technically, or is that middle of the night?
I don't know what it is, but I know we're up now and we're ready to have a great day.
Bit of a chill out there, though.
There is a bit of a chill out there. We're also seeing a bit of a cloudy start to the day as well. Here's a check-in. We're roughly 20 minutes now from sunrise. We're starting to see those first streaks of color, but the big thing is the cloudy conditions we're waking up to. Here's another check of what that cloud cover looks like on satellite. Also a stray sprinkle off to our southeast off of upper level disturbance that moved to our southeast. This cold front that's moving through the state now, as that moves through, that'll offer us some streaks of sunshine later on this afternoon as temperatures overall look to peak in more of the upper 50s today. I'll have a check-in at that weekend ahead coming up in your full forecast.
All right, Simone, we'll see you in a bit. New this morning, new details we're learning. A truck slams into a Mexican restaurant. This happened in Sebastian County. The building is now boarded up from the crash Wednesday night, and the Sebastian County Sheriff's Office says it happened just after 5 o'clock when a pickup driven by 66-year-old Larry Stevens smashed into the dining room, killing one woman and injuring 3 other people. Take a listen to Sebastian County Dispatch right as they started receiving those 911 calls.
1019 to Blue Agave. Marlon 8 is on scene. She rolled up on it. There's a vehicle that just went through the building.
Portsmouth has at least 200 right now.
Marlon 6, Portsmouth, we're going to need 3 ambulances, a total of 3 as of right now.
And we are learning now the person killed in that crash was a woman from Rogers. She was apparently in that restaurant. Larry Stevens facing a long list of charges, among them battery, criminal mischief, and driving while intoxicated. In the aftermath of that deadly crash, we're hearing from another man who was in the restaurant eating with his wife. Gary Pope is his name. He was not hurt. In fact, he was outside when it happened, but his wife, Stacy, did receive injuries. Darren Baum has the story.
The two were having dinner in this booth at the restaurant. Gary says he had just gone outside for just a few minutes.
I walked outside of the door and immediately heard a pickup revving up his engine 3 or 4 times. There was a banner in front, and so I looked around, and about that time they dropped it in gear, and he busted through the window.
He says the driver, Larry Stevens, then tried to back out.
Once he got inside, he tried to back up like he was trying to get out. And then he pulled up a little bit, but by that time he had done crashed into the booth on the right side.
Gary says the truck hit their booth first and pushed everything into the back of the restaurant. That left 48-year-old Heather White of Rogers dead.
There was 8 people in there. 4 of the people was sitting behind us, and he hit that side of the building, and it was chaos. I went inside and there was screaming and glass all over the place. The driver just sat in the truck, never tried to get out. He put his hands through the window like he was ready for him to be handcuffed.
That's Stevens still inside the truck in the driver's seat. Gary says people in the restaurant immediately began helping each other.
People at the restaurant was trying to help everybody out. The police responded immediately. Within 2 minutes, the police were there.
As for Gary and Stacy, he says they're just glad to be alive.
She has a broke leg. She's in quite a bit of pain, but other than that, she's going to be all right.
But not 24 hours after that crash, police say an SUV slammed into an Orange Theory gym in Fayetteville, hurting 9 people. From the shattered glass and the flying debris, 5 of those 9 being taken to a hospital. Investigators say the driver told them they thought the vehicle was in reverse, not in drive. No arrests have been made in that case. Now to better news happening today. A sure sign Christmas is coming. This morning, the Capitol Hotel in Little Rock will install its festive tree. Take a look at some video we have from a previous year. You can see it's always an enormous, beautifully decorated tree. It's nearly 30 feet tall this year, and today the staff will begin turning it into a beautiful sight for visitors to see. Next Tuesday night, they have the official lighting ceremony. That will be scheduled for 5:30. Also happening today, a nonprofit hosting a Christmas carnival in Sherwood. Santa Susie Inc. is holding the 3rd annual event at Greens at North Hills with lots of games, a hot chocolate and cookie bar, face painting for the kids, fireworks, and of course Santa and Mrs. Claus will be there. It all starts at 2:30 this afternoon. And now this morning, we're taking a closer look at the future of the Mississippi River. Of course, it plays a massive role in moving goods in and out of Arkansas, and watchful eyes have been closely following a second straight year of record low levels. Look at the dirt here. Things are looking up, as THV 11's Julissa Garza reports, but there is still a lot of uncertainty, and our state's ag experts are preparing for it.
Arkansas agriculture experts have been keeping a close eye on the Mississippi River, hoping it would get better for farmers.
Things did get better for a while, especially right around that harvest time. We had a little bit more rain. However, the Mississippi River is still down.
Agriculture expert Ryan Loy says right now the water level is at -9.
It's 4 foot below what they consider to be low.
While harvest might be over, there are still impacts being felt.
Producers who are still trying to market their grain, they're impacted negatively by that. And the negative impact that they feel right now is really mainly surrounded around basis risk. Basis is cash minus future, so if it's more negative, that cash price is lower than the futures price.
Loy says this is leading producers to hold on to their grain longer.
Hold on to it in the marketing year, then they'll actually receive a higher price later if they're trying to go for cash prices. And so the kind of idea, the mechanism behind that is simple supply and demand.
That one adjustment having to be made is a trend he says we could see continue.
You'll see a lot of these companies shifting to rail or truck. That's not what they want to do because, for a multitude of reasons. One, the carbon footprint's more with truck and rail. It's not as efficient as it can be with a barge.
He adds there's still a lot of uncertainty when it comes to the river.
This rain that we might get is great and we might be back to minimal levels, but at the same time, what happens when we roll around next year and here we are again?
Which is why he and other experts are finding ways that they can help our farmers continue to adjust.
How can we better manage this risk and minimize the exposure? And a lot of that comes back to forward contracting, hedging, futures market, those sorts of things.
In Little Rock, for Wake Up Central, I'm Julissa Garza.
It is now 6:38 a.m. If your plans take you out and about this weekend, be sure and buckle up. Law enforcement's Click It or Ticket campaign is underway. If they see a driver not wearing a seatbelt, you could face a big fine. Thanksgiving and Black Friday weekend is an especially deadly time of year. In fact, 2 years ago, 361 people were killed in wrecks across the country during this stretch of time, and of those, half were not wearing their seatbelts. So be sure to buckle up and avoid getting a ticket. Not being buckled is not the only thing that is dangerous for drivers. Distracted driving, also a problem. Maybe you're listening to music or a podcast to help pass the time, and you're doing it with earbuds or headphones. Keep in mind, statistics show driving while distracted is about 6 of the top 10 causes of car crashes. Here's more. With Arkansans joining the millions of Americans taking to the roadways this long holiday weekend, THV 11 viewer Adam wants to know if it's legal to drive in Arkansas while wearing earbuds or headphones. So let's verify. Our sources are the Arkansas Department of Transportation, Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration, Arkansas State Police, and the National Highway Transportation and Safety Administration. In recent years, Arkansas law has targeted distracted driving, focusing on the use of cell phones and texting while behind the wheel. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, any behavior that diverts a driver's attention from the road in front of them is risky. In 2021, the agency says more than 3,500 people were killed and an estimated 362,000 others hurt in motor vehicle traffic crashes involving distracted drivers. Arkansas State Police say while the law doesn't specify earbuds and headphones, using them is just one more distraction that could quickly turn tragic.
There's not a specific statute that says you cannot wear earbuds or headphones. However, we highly discourage it because most headphones and earbuds cut out all the ambient noise around you. And by having those on, you would not be able to hear somebody honking at you or an emergency vehicle coming up behind you with their siren on to warn you to move over.
So we can verify that, yes, you can wear earbuds and headphones while driving in Arkansas. But as technology continues evolving, safety agencies say the practice may eventually be addressed by the state legislature. All right, now let's check in with meteorologist Simone Thomas and that one thing we need to know about the weather today.
I know a lot of holiday shoppers or Black Friday shoppers and holiday travelers want to know, is it going to rain today? Well, the good news is no, you definitely won't need that rain gear. We're starting out the day on a cloudy note, but we're going to see some skies clearing, even some streaks of sunshine before sunset. I'll have a look at that full weekend outlook coming up after this break.
All right, Simone, thanks so much. Still ahead, you may have some Thanksgiving leftovers. So how long do they last? Well, we'll share exactly how long. According to the experts, that's in 3 minutes. Right now, we'll take a live look outside at the sun beginning to rise about 6:42 on your Friday morning. Wake Up Central back after this break.